Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your cricket happenings here. This on a Sunday, albeit a bit late, but as far as today's cricket show is concerned, it's going to be a talk on India winning the first test versus Australia by an innings and 132 runs at Jamta in Nagpur in the first test by bowling out Australia for the lowest ever total of 91 runs against India in India. So basically, I specify we are talking about the lowest total registered by Australia in a test match against India in India, and it was just 91 runs. So it was. If you so, let's have a look at this match and see what really went on. Now, looking at this particular match before this particular series started, as you know, this is the Border Gavaskar Trophy, and India have taken the honors in the first Test match. Now, talking about this particular test, the first thing was that there was a lot of speculation. Whether this pitch is going to turn, what is going to happen with this pitch, and one knew that if it's going to be a turner, then Indian spinners are going to be deadly. Now, one thing that one needs to know is that the Aussies were the one who had the rub of the green. So basically, they won the toss and they decided to bat first. Now that was a big advantage. Having had that advantage, but the Indian spinners, in fact, if you look at the Australian card there, they were all out for 177. That is the time Australia had already lost the match because looking at the way the ball was playing, where the ball was turning, but not in any alarming fashion, but it was all about the bowlers, the Indian bowlers. It was not only about the spinners, it was about the whole mix because if you look at it, the wicketer David Warner was clean bowled by Mohammad Shami. His stumps were cartwheeling basically with that delivery, unplayable delivery that he bowled to David Warner. And then Usman Khwaja fell to Mohammad Siraj for one. So, you can't say that it is only the spinners. First, it was the seamers who struck Mohammad Shami and Siraj. And after that, it was Ravindra Jadeja. What a match for him. He was the man of the match. And what a comeback he has made. I mean, he has been out of cricket playing. I mean, for India, but here he comes, Ravindra Jadeja, with a big bang actually, and doing a wonderful act because after coming back from injury and even playing with the injured hand as well, he did a marvelous job. First, he picked up the wickets, 22 overs, 8 minutes, 47 runs, and 5 wickets for Jadeja. Then he shone with the bat as well, and what a match for him. Jadeja is someone who really had the Aussie batsman absolutely groping in the first innings. He was supported by Ravichandran Ashwin, 15.5 hours, 2 minutes, 42 runs, and 3 wickets. And in the process, Ravichandran Ashwin also got the 450 test wickets, and he has become the fastest Indian bowler to 450 test wickets. And it's no wonder for me with his enormous reputation that he carries in bowling. Akshar Patel was the only wicketless bowler, 10 overs, 2 minutes, none for 28. Now let's have a look at the Aussie card in the first innings. So as I said, this particular track, especially after Pat Cummins won the toss and decided to bat first, definitely they should have probably got around 300 runs, but it was thanks to the Indian bowling, which had them absolutely groping. Labuschagne was playing his first ever test match in India, and he was looking good, was using his feet, but then Jadeja produced a wonderful delivery where he had Manus Labuschagne leaving the crease for a change. He always, there was a back foot play, but he left the crease for a change. And that was the end, as there was a debutant. There were two debutants for India, as you know. One is Surya Kumar Yadav, and the other one was the wicketkeeper Shrikar Bharat. And Shrikar Bharat got his first scalp behind the sticks, his maiden scalp, one could call, and you would remember that it was Manas Labuschagne. It was well done, but Jadeja was the one who foxed Manas Labuschagne into a foul stroke. He was gone for 49. Stephen Smith did well to score 37, but he was also gone through a ripper where he really put some sort of doubts in the batsman's minds whether this ball is going to turn, they're going to go straight, and in the end, Stephen Smith was gone bowled by Jadeja. Matt Renshaw was preferred to Travis Head, so that was a bit of a bit of a sort of a not I wouldn't say critical, but definitely with the form that Travis Head was in, probably Travis, but probably after looking at the way that they're going to, I mean, as they know, it was the Matt Renshaw has definitely come to India before as well, so probably that was the reason they decided to give Matt Renshaw, but Matt Renshaw was out to the very first delivery, and he was gone for a blob. Peter Hanscom, he has been doing well in the Aussie domestic circuit. That's the reason he was preferred in the first test, and he scored 31 runs with 4 boundaries. Jadeja getting him LBW. Alex Carey, who normally is a person who likes to play in a bit of an aggressive vein where he actually plays the spinners, which he was very successful as well when he went to Pakistan, where he actually played the sweep and the reverse sweep very productively against the spinners, but was not to be here as Ashwin was the one who picked up his wicket and round the wicket, and he went for the reverse sweep, and that was the end of Alex Carey for 36. A brief resistance coming from there from Peter Hanscom, Alex Carey. But other than that, Cummins was out for 6. It was Todd Murphy who was making his debut, but it was the bat, but it was the ball that Todd Murphy really shown what a wonderful bowler is, which I'll talk about. Netherlands not and ball and one. So that was the Aussies. Bowled out for 177, and as I said earlier, this particular track was not a very I mean, there was no alarming turn on the first day, but it was definitely turning. Now let's have a look at, so on this particular track, India were batting second, and as I said, India were at a disadvantage. But the good thing is that the Indian batting uh, card, we have there's a lot of good batsmen there, and Rohit Sharma, the captain, actually leading from the front with a knock of 120, 15 fours, and he was totally languid in his batting. He used his feet well to the spinners, and that was one thing. And another thing was that it was Tony Murphy all the way. Tony Murphy, what a debut! I mean, they decided to give a debut to this young bloke, Tony Murphy, and didn't he? Boy, he made it count in a big manner. I mean, what a debut for him! He's broke a few records as well. 47 overs, 12 maidens, 124 runs, and 7 wickets. That too, it's a dream debut for him. And looking at Todd Murphy, after he did well in the Aussie domestic tourneys over there, he had not even taken a first class 5 for, and he comes here playing against such a strong team like India and running through them by taking 7 wickets. That's a marvelous performance. The first look at Todd Murphy is okay. Also, he has become the youngest bowler to take a fifer on his debut, so that is a big feather in his cap. And also Steve O'Keefe, the former left-arm spinner who had come to India and also taken a lot of wickets. He was the one who said that Tony Murphy is destined for greater things, and definitely I think his words were ringing absolutely true. And looking at Todd Murphy, he's almost he's probably in the mold of a Graham Swan England spinner, where he bowls with a lot of he's very quicker through the air, so that is going to be the big plus point for him because he has some pace in his deliveries. So it really becomes difficult for the batsman. Judd bowls good lines. He basically attacked the stumps of the Indians, and really was very impressed with his bowling. and it was really very good bowling from Todd Murphy, and he really troubled every Indian batsman who came, and you can see the story there. Ashwin coming as night watchman 23, Rahul. KL Rahul could make only two. Rahul was the first victim of Murphy. His maiden wicket going to Todd Murphy, and after that, Cheteshwar Pujara took some big wickets. He took the wicket of Cheteshwar Pujara for 7. Let's have a look at the wicket here. Now, Cheteshwar Pujara, it was again, one could say that loose balls were wickets were thrown by Indians. Pujara and Kohli throwing their wickets to Murphy. Surya Kumar was beaten through the gate by the veteran Nathan Lyon off spinner. He was gone for 8, so not a good debut for Surya Kumar Yadav. But Jadeja, as I told you, first doing it to the ball, then and Shrikar Bharat also did not have a good debut. He was gone for 8, LBW ball Murphy. But after that, it was Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel. Ravindra Jadeja, we all know that he's a genuine all-rounder. But as far as Akshar Patel was concerned, yes, he definitely bats, but the way he batted, like an accomplished batsman, was really very refreshing to see. And looking at the plethora of rich talent India possesses, and what a knock from both the players. Ravindra Jadeja on his comeback, also shining with the bat, making 70, which included 9 boundaries. They got into a very good partnership, 240 for 7, and the score, it was a 98-run partnership, not 88-run partnership, with Akshar Patel also playing some gorgeous strokes on the offside, making 84, 10 fours and 1 6. Shami clubbed 37 in one day style of 47 deliveries, 2 fours, 3 sixes, and India got on to 400 runs, which was definitely a very big lead for India. It's almost like 223 runs lead that India had in the bag. The bowling, Cummins definitely, barring a wicket that he took, I don't think he looked very good. 278. Scott Boland none for 34. Yes, they don't have Mitchell Stark. There was no Cameron Green. That is something we know about. There's no Josh Hazelwood. So definitely, I thought the pace bowling resources were a bit slim, no doubt about it. Nathan Lyon, 1 for 26, but Todd Murphy, what a debut for this young bloke. And as I said, definitely he has all the ingredients after looking at the way he bowled. We know that Jason Kredza, if you would remember, took 7 wickets against India. So I'm sure Todd Murphy won't go that way. After that, one did not hear about Jason Kredza much at all for Australia. But this bloke, I have a very sincere feeling that he is going to go a long way. And I mean, I probably don't even want to, waste time in saying that Todd Murphy, as I said, he has all the ingredients in his armory, and I think he would be the one who would be taking over from Nathan Lyon when Nathan Lyon retires from cricket. And I think Todd Murphy is definitely the sort of the heir to being the next best off spinner for Australia in the future. Wish him good luck. I really was very impressed by Todd Murphy, and I thought Australia really did a great job there of thrusting, and that he was the sole shining light for Australia in this Test match. Other than that, there was nothing to talk about for Australia other than Todd Murphy's brilliant debut. And now the Aussies were batting second time, and one knew that with India scoring 400, and the ball, what one saw was that the ball was really turning very alarmingly, and one knew that the writing was on the wall because this match got over in under 3 days. Now let's have a look at the Aussie card in the second innings. So they had to score 223 to first, make India bat again. That never happened, and this was the story. It all started now. The first innings, it was Ravindra Jadeja with the ball. This time it was Ravi Chandran Ashwin with the ball. 12 overs, 3 maidens, 37 runs and 5 wickets. Now he's the joint holder of the most 5 fours in for India in test matches, and this is a joint record he is holding with none other than the former great Indian bowler Anil Kumble. Usman Khwaja, I mean, India did not waste any time. Rohit Sharma thrust the ball to Ashwin. He did not waste any time in bringing the seamers. Probably Shami was kept at one end, but he had the spinner Ashwin right away at the other end. And we all know that Ashwin is a very, very brainy cricketer, and he comes here and he started the slide right away. As first he picked up the wicket of Usman Khwaja. We tossed the ball up, and it was the turn, and then outside is taken by Kohli. David Warner was really kept on tenter hooks by Ashwin, one could call, but then another off break, and it just spun away, and that was the end of David Warner, who was wrapped on the pads. LBW bowled Ashwin for 10. After that, Labuschagne tried his bit to rein himself at the crease, but only just, as he was caught plumb in front of the wicket. Again, it was Ravindra Jadeja, like in the first innings. The second innings, he again took his wicket, did him by a length delivery, and again it was LBW. There were a lot of LBWs in the second innings, with Ashwin claiming a lot of LBWs. In fact, after that, it was Matt Renshaw, again LBW ball Ashwin for 2, Peter Hanscom LBW ball Ashwin for 6, Alex Carey LBW ball Ashwin for 10. So definitely they were really, really searching. So this time it was not a reverse sweep for Alex Carey. He went for the orthodox sweep, and he was also gone. And then it was The tail end was wiped up by Jadeja, Shami, and Patel. Cummins 1, Murphy 2, and Shami shattering the stumps of Nathan Lyon for 8, and Scott Boland, the only man who stood there in the second innings when the Aussie innings lay in ruins at 91 all out, the lowest ever total registered by Australia against India in India. And Stephen Smith was the only one who played with a semblance of respectability, and he was there till the end, not out on 25, 2 4s and 1 6. Game over. India winning the first test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy by an innings of 132 runs, and India have taken a 1-0 lead in the 4-match series. Mohammad Shami 2 for 13, but Ruket Ashwin 5 for 37. Jadeja taking 2 for 34. He got the man of the match for his exploits as an all-rounder. Siraj bowled just a maiden over. Akshar Patel got a wicket for 1 for 6. So the match was over in just 3 days, and I think Australia have a lot of soul searching to do. They have to really see what is it that they have been lacking. And as I said, in the first innings, they probably, with the winning the toss, that itself was very crucial, according to me, because one knew if any team which is going to be caught on this last day on this wicket would find life difficult. But Aussies, I think, absolutely, put the mud upon themselves, and well, the results are there for all to see. But again, as I said, what a debut for, and also Rohit Sharma has become the first Indian captain to score centuries in all formats of the game. No Indian captain has done it, not Dhoni, not Kohli, but Rohit has done it. He has centuries as a captain in all 3 formats of the game, and that is a tremendous achievement. And also, as I said, Todd Murphy, super impressive with his bowling. And as I said, I mean, Jason Krejza, if you remember, he took 7 wickets, but as I told you, I have a very sincere feeling that this bloke, Todd Murphy, as all these young, as I said, he's very quick through the air. He has a lot of revolutions on his balls as well when he bowls, if you have seen. So I think he is someone who will really test the opposition in the years to come. And he's going to, definitely have more and more weapons in his armory as his experience grows in international cricket. And I think he looks to be right in line to take over from Nathan Lyon in the future. Well, dear fans, subscribers, it was an absolute pleasure bringing you this cricket show, albeit a bit late in the day. But nevertheless, I managed to go through the phases here. Hope you all loved it, and look forward to your company once again. That's on Sunday, and we will. I'll once again talk about cricket. Until then, it's goodbye.